Enlightenment and original wisdom are the same. We can call the original wisdom as enlightenment and non-attachment. Created wisdom is with attachment. We know about Buddha, that's why there's attachments in us to Buddha. We know about Buddha teaching by learning, by studying, that's why there's attachments in our knowing because of creation. Original truth is perfect and it is free of attachment. That's why enlightenment is forever. Original truth is forever because it is free from virus, free from attachment. Our body is attacked by disease. Computer is attacked by virus. Everything has enemies. The original truth is perfect because there's no virus, no attachment, no enemies. It is forever. My mind is not perfect. Your mind also not perfect. Our mind has to depend on our body. Our life is also have to depend on each other. That's why, because our mind and body are not perfect, that's why meditation is essential. Because of meditation practice, our mind can have connection with enlightenment, with original wisdom. That original wisdom is forever. Our mind is not forever. Only when our mind have connection with original wisdom, our mind will be free from worries and suspicion. Because of original truths are perfect. If we do not meditate, our mind will always be busy with created truth. They are not perfect. That's why no mind is perfect and no mind is safe. Our mind is unstable because he is always busy with unstable something, everything. Only when our mind have connection with the original wisdom, our mind will become free of searching for the truth. Because our mind create our body, that's why our body is depending on our mind. If our mind is free, our body is also free. Our mind began powerful, that's why our life also began perfect and powerful. Because of connection to the original truth. We must die, all must die one day, but if there's connection with original truth, no need to worry about life and death. No attachment in life and death. No attachments to this body and mind. No attachments to all living beings. No attachments, no misunderstanding of life as real, no misunderstanding of life cycle as real. No more misunderstanding of death as real. For the wisdom, body and mind is nothing to say, because wisdom is perfect. It needs no body, no mind. Only our mind and body need to have connection with the wisdom. For the wisdom, it needs not our body and mind, not our life. We will die, but original wisdom, enlightenment will still remain. Original truth is very powerful. Like the sun, in daytime we cannot see the moon and the star in the sky because of sunlight. Sunlight is very powerful. If we compare with sunlight, moonlight and starlight are not like anymore. So also, original truth is very powerful. That's why, if comparing with the original truth, created truth is not true anymore. Because of not comparing to the original truth, created truth are real. When the wisdom understand about the original truth, life is nothing to say, nothing to like or nothing to dislike. Life is life only. Death is also death only. No need to fear.
You were saying that we try to see the truth of impermanence without art.
Yes.
So this try has been made, but is there any implication in our mind or anywhere that we are actually seeing with the eye or without the eye? Because right now I try to see without the eye, but whether I'm doing rightly or wrongly, I don't know. So is there any indication that we are doing rightly or wrongly?
In the beginning, you are wrong. You are trying will not be successful because we are used to do with eye. That's why at first our attempt doing without eye will not be successful. You will understand only when you can practice successfully, only when there is comparison between doing only and doing with eye. Only when you are in the right way, you will understand it is right. Because if the wisdom appear, which know about doing only, there will be comparison between doing with eye and doing only. It is quite different, doing only and doing with eye. Only when you can practice successfully doing with eye, you will understand it is right, it is possible, it is like that. You understand by experience, not. Yes. Buddha, all Buddha's action, speaking are action only. We cannot understand without experience like him. Only by following him we can understand him. Only by following his method we can understand the real Buddha. Buddha, all the action of Buddha are free of attachment and misunderstanding. That's why very powerful. Only practice will solve your answer. After success, yes. Yes.
There will be a difference.
Quite different, yes. Doing with eye is, if doing with eye and doing only, we understand doing with eye. Everybody understands doing with eye, but Doing only is very, very power saving and very powerful. Doing only is using limitless power. Doing with I is using limited power. Quite different. Because of we cannot go beyond limit. That's why we are always doing with I, doing with this and that, using this technique, that technique, using time and using place. How long we must practice? We are not beyond the time. That's why the question is how long it will take, how many years, where to practice. Because of we cannot, our mind is not free. That's why mind cannot work without time, without limited time, without place. Mind cannot live without limits. After practicing successfully, mind will be free from limits and time, free from I. That's why that mind is very powerful, because it uses the power of natural power, limitless power. Our mind is, even that state, the original mind, what Buddha say appear. Our mind is just created mind only. That's why not powerful, just normal.
One thing I'm not sure about is you say impermanence, impermanent nature.
Yes.
So, could you just say a few words about what you mean by impermanent nature? What is impermanent nature?
You must accept just impermanent nature, not this, not that. Not think of what is this. Not to think why it is. Just accept impermanent nature without no more question. Just only accept, not reject this and that. Accept only impermanent nature.
So when you talk about impermanent nature, it's hard for me to understand what impermanent nature is unless it's in reference to a thing. Because you can say, this paper is impermanent. I take a match, I light this paper, it burns up, it's gone. Or these glasses are impermanent. Sooner or later, they'll get lost, they'll get broken, they'll get destroyed. My mind is impermanent because it arises and passes away. But if I just say impermanence, impermanent nature, and I don't relate it to anything, it's very hard to understand impermanent nature, because impermanent nature does not refer to Nibbana. Nibbana is beyond all formation, sankharas, as they say. But all sankharas are impermanent. So, at least from the understanding that I have of Buddhism, is that we learn about impermanent nature from analyzing things. Then, once we see them as impermanent, we realize we lose our attachment to them, because we understand this bottle arises and passes away, or this water will disappear. But I have a hard time, personally, trying to apply the concept of impermanent nature without understanding its relationship to formations, to the existence of things. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know how good your English is.
Just accept impermanent nature without analyzing, without witness. You need witness, eye witness, or mind, understanding of your mind. The original impermanent nature is beyond your mind, beyond your brain. That's why you are searching the truth with I. That's why you must accept the truth without I. No more testing, no more weakness, no more understanding. Just accept the truth as the truth only.
Sometimes people can get confused
Yes.
on what the truth is. We want to accept the truth, We may accept the wrong truth. We may accept created truth, or relative truth. And if we confuse that with ultimate truth, then we're deluded. We have wrong views.
Yes.
So, this is why I asked the question. Because I don't quite understand how we can accept impermanent nature without having it deal with things. You know, it seems impermanent nature does not refer to Nibbana. Nibbana is beyond things. But if we talk about this world of time and place, of people, of kalapas, a group of kalapas arising and passing away, of mind and mental factors, these are all impermanent.
That impermanence, whatever concern or something or everything are just created truth only. That's why whatever concern with our eyes, our ear, our brain, our minds, all are just created truth only. That's why if you pay attention to the created truth, there will be created wisdom only. The intention of meditation is to appear the original wisdom, not for created wisdom. We all have created wisdom. That's why, because we pay attention to the created truth. This is impermanent.
The created truth is impermanent.
Yes, created truth. That's why what I am guiding is just pay attention to the trying to accept the original truth, trying to be able to accept the original truth, which is impermanent nature only. Not just impermanent nature is original truth.
I'm trying. I'm not very successful.
No witness, no evidence. It is possible. Just believing only. Nothing to believe. No one who is believing. Just believing only. Just trying only. Trying not to forget only. Not to this one. Not to
Forget?
Trying not to forget only. Not to because the original truth is not this, not that. It cannot see like this. It cannot hear with our ears. Ear and sound all are related to. That's why they have connection with each other. The original truth have no connection with our eyes, with our mind. That's why trying to be free, trying to be free from all limits, trying to be free from our tradition. It is possible. All action of Buddha are free from tradition. He donates even to his life, even to his country, even to his wife and children. It is not tradition. We will donate just a little, not for everyone. All the action of Buddha are beyond tradition. That's why his practice is also beyond tradition. The middle way, beyond tradition, yes. You are practicing in traditional way. You must try to go beyond the traditional way. The middle way is beyond the tradition, not traditional way.
That trying, at least in the beginning,
Yes.
is what you call creative truth.
Yes.
So, we want to strive for ultimate truth, or original truth. That is our goal. But to get there, we have to walk. If we follow the Buddha's teaching, we follow the example of the Buddha, we believe in the Buddha, his teachings, as they've come down to us, are created truth. relative truth. Those teachings are relative truth. But as I understand, if we follow those teachings, we can, and we apply them, we practice them, we can come to original truth. Is that correct?
It is correct, but it depends on time. It depends on place. For this age, there are a lot of attachments in country, in religion, in person. That's why if you accept something, it is very difficult to let it go.
Attachment is something difficult to overcome.
Yes.
Very good. You have, in your teaching, Bhante, you have not mentioned anything about rebirth.
Yes.
Is that not any part of your teaching? For example, the concept of samsara. You talk about being born and dying. You mentioned that in your talk.
No, but it is to say for children and for the people who are with lower wisdom only, not for everyone. That teaching is.
Teaching of what?
Teaching of rebirth, life cycle is not for everyone. If you are practicing meditation, for the people who meditate, it is no longer no need to say anymore. Because you are following to Buddha. That's why the highest way, you are following the highest way of Buddha. That's why no longer need to say about samsara. Because it is very basic. Life cycle is very basic, and rebirth, it is very basic. It is for the people who does not believe in rebirth and who does not believe in past life, future life. For the people who are very strange, who don't know about life, and they must be taught about rebirth and life cycle. But for the monks and for the nuns, they become even the follower of Buddha. That's why there's no need to say about basis. Because nearly every Buddhism heard about that. They know about that. The more they listen, more attachments will be. This life cycle is real. This life is real. That's why I do not say about life cycle. I understand, but people there are much attachments in life, in this life, in past life, in the future life. That's why more listening will make more attachment. That's why I do not say like that. Because of wisdom, I understand the good and side effect, good and bad. That's why for this age, if for this age, for modern age, but it is always changing. If there is less attachments in this life, if the time change, we will change. We can. You ask, is it possible to do this, and after that to understand original wisdom? One day it will be possible, but today it will be very difficult, because there are a lot of attachments in something, in this way, in this method, in Buddha, a lot of attachments. That's why it is very difficult to do like that, to practice this way, that way. But no, I said just not forever. Time is always changing. Attachments is also always changing. Because of today there are more attachments in religion, in meditation, in this way, that way. If there is less attachments, it is possible you follow this way and the wisdom, original wisdom will appear.
I only bring that up because many people now who are Buddhists do not accept the Buddha. So they have their own attachments.
Yes.
They have their attachments to the other side. They don't, no rebirth. They don't even accept karma. There's a lot of attachments in the present day. A lot of attachments. Yeah.
Because there's also a lot of attachments in rebirth, life cycle. That's why the opposite will be yes. Will be yes. Will be yes. Will be